fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver. The Lone Ranger.
This is a story of one of the most mysterious characters to appear in the early days of the West. He was a fabulous individual, a man whose presence brought fear to the lawless and hope to those who wanted to make this frontier land their home. He was known as the Lone Ranger. These rich rangelands are part of the Circle K Ranch, owner Sam Kittredge, biggest, most prosperous ranch in Mesa County. And more than any other man, old Banty Bishop, Sam's foreman for 40 years, has helped to keep it that way. But now that Sam is dead, and his young, inexperienced son, Bob Kittredge, is returning from the east to take charge, there are ambitious men, ruthless men who would stop at nothing to gain the Circle K for their own greedy ends.
Why, you dad-blasted farmers, I'll give you your money's worth of trouble. Take it easy, Pop. The next one will have your name on it. Pull him up, Pop.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Mr. Devers, and thanks for all the advice. I've been living in the East so long, I feel like a regular tenderfoot.
You'll learn fast, Mr. Kittredge. Like I said, if you ever need a good foreman, just ask for Red Devers.
Well, thanks, but I'm afraid the Circle K could never get along without old Banty Bishop. Wonder where he is. He was supposed to meet me here. Oh, here it comes.
Mr. Bob Kittredge. Well, how are you, boy?
Oh, Sandy. How's everything at the Circle K?
Well, sir, it's all snarled up, Mr. Bob. That's why I'm late. We got to form a posse.
Posse? What's wrong?
Because I was held up by some white-livered, chicken-hearted, sneak-thieving bandits, and they got away with the ranch payroll.
I don't mean to butt in, mister, but this old geezer's lying to you. Me and my partner both seen him this morning burying something in the sand behind your barn. Looked an awful lot like a chest to us.
Why, you ornery critter, he's lying to you, Mr. Bob. I ain't never buried no chest.
Of course he didn't. Bandy wouldn't steal money from me. It's easy enough to find out who's lying. Just go dig behind your barn.
Maybe you should, Mr. Kittredge. In all fairness to Bandy here, he looks like an honest man. He should be given a chance to prove it.
Well, there it is, right where we saw him bury it.
This just ain't true. Mr. Bob, I tell you, I didn't put it there. It must have been one of them three bandits. That doesn't make sense, old-timer. Never heard of bandits would rob a man and then bury the money in his boss's property. You don't think that, then, do you, Mr. Bob?
Well, what else can I think? As Red says, your story just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry it has to end this way, Banny.
Well, you mean that I'm through with the Circle K?
Oh, don't worry. I won't prosecute you. We've got the money back. But I do want you off this ranch by sundown.
Well, if that's the way you feel about it, I'll get off right now. But I want to tell you something, son. You ain't the Kittredge that your pa was. If you was, well, you know there's some trick to this. You...
Well, Red, if you still want that job as foreman, I guess it's yours.
Thanks, Mr. Kittredge. You won't be sorry.
Well, come and load the ranch house, Red, and I'll sign you up.
All right, Mr. Kittredge.
For sale, Circle K Ranch. Interested party, see Red Devers, foreman. Red Devers. Unless I'm mistaken, Tonto, we've caught up with our old enemy at last.
Me think you right, Kimasabi. Him use different names, but him always break law in same old way.
The Circle K Ranch. Why, that's one of the finest in this county. No man in his right mind would want to sell it unless he were forced to.
Plenty strange. Ranch never for sale till Red Devers become foreman.
Not so strange, Tonto. It's no accident that every time Red Devers becomes foreman of a ranch, it's put up for sale a few weeks later.
Maybe owner of Circle K outsmart Red Devers.
I'm afraid not. Young Bob Kittredge is a tenderfoot in these parts. Tear off the sign. I think we'd better investigate. Oh, Silver.
Oh, Scout. We camp here, Kemosabe?
No, Tonto. I think I heard something. Listen.
Sound come from over there.
We'd better take a look. On, Silver.
Murdered in drinking and wound up in gambling. Got shot in the back, and now I must die. Trouble, trouble, nothing but trouble. Well, you can't get a cent out of me, stranger, 'cause I'm broke. No job, and I'm through.
We're not going to harm you, old-timer. You certainly look down on your luck. I'd like to help you if you'd let us.
I ain't worth helping. I tell you, I'm all washed up.
No, you're not. Nobody's ever washed up if they don't want to be. Come on. Sit down and take it easy.
Much obliged.
Mind if we pitch camp here?
Why, no, not at all. Just take off your gear and make yourself at home. Hey, you know something? I kind of like you, mister. Master no mask. I like your fellow with you, too.
Oh, Silver. Oh, boy.
Play the drum, holy.
Feeling better, old-timer?
Yeah, bet your life. You know, funny thing, you fill a man's belly full of grub and victuals instead of spirits. Makes a heap of difference, don't it?
Tell me more about this Red Devers, Daddy.
Well, why are you so interested, stranger?
Because I know he's the leader of a gang of outlaws Tonto and I have been after for a long time. They've been moving in on gullible ranchers all across the country, beating them up and swindling them out of their property.
Why, George, that wouldn't surprise me a bit. You know, ever since this fella Red Devers took over my job as foreman of the Circle K, he fired all the old hands on the ranch, and then he fetched in his own fellas to replace them. And now he won't let no one near the place, just the same as if he was holding poor Mr. Bob a prisoner.
Poor Mr. Bob?
Yeah.
Thought you didn't care what happened to the Circle K anymore. Thought you disliked Bob Kittredge.
I do. And anything that this Red Devers and his gang does to him, he deserves it.
Even if they force him to sell his ranch?
What, sell the Circle K? Oh, Mr. Bob wouldn't do a thing like that. No, sir.
Him do that. We find sign like this posted around town.
Let me see. For sale, Circle K Ranch. Interested parties see Red Devers, foreman. Well, what are we going to do? Why, it just wouldn't be right for anyone else to own that there Circle K Ranch except the Kittredge.
Now, nobody welcome there but ranch buyers, me find out.
In that case, we'll just have to get interested in buying a ranch. Not too much gray hair, Tonto. This disguise has got to look good enough to fool everybody.
When me finish, Kemosabe, even old Banty not recognize you.
Just so Devers doesn't recognize me, that's what counts. Remember, he's no fool.
How you get to Circle K Ranch, Kemosabe? Silver not look like horse old man would ride.
You're right, Tonto. I'll need a wagon of some kind. Something to fit this disguise. I'll have to wear some other clothes.
Me ride into town. Get them for you.
Tonto, be sure that you don't arouse any suspicion.
There, me finish. Lone Ranger all hidden.
You wouldn't take a pot shot at a half-blind old man now, would you? I just come to see about this here ranch for sale. You wouldn't take a pot shot at a half-blind old man now, would you? I just came here to see about buying this ranch.
You don't look like you've got money to buy a ranch.
Oh, it isn't for me. You see, I'm representing one of the biggest ranch owners in
Boone County.
Okay, Grandpa. Come on in. We'll let the boss talk to you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Devers, I reckon we just about made a deal.
You can tell your boss he won't be sorry. The Circle K's a fine property. I'd sure like to know who you're acting as agent for.
Well, you see, Mr. Devers, my boss wants his name kept out of the deal. Of course, if you aren't satisfied doing business through his agent...
Now, don't get me wrong, Grandpa. I don't care what his name is, just so his money's good.
Well, I reckon that's about all. Yep. Guess I better be going now. Oh, say, plumb near forgot. Mr. Kittredge hasn't said it's a deal yet.
You don't have to worry about him. He'll find the terms satisfactory.
How do I know he will? He hasn't even heard 'em. Nope. Can't go back to my boss and tell him this deal's settled till Mr. Kittredge himself has said so.
Okay, Grandpa. I'll see if I can get him. Hasn't been feeling so good lately. Had an accident. Bruised himself up considerable.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm.
Not again, Devers. Don't beat me up again.
That's just so you'll pay attention and do exactly what I tell you. Now listen, there's a buyer outside. We're going out to see him. You tell him you want to sell the ranch.
Poor Mr. Kittredge. He sure sounds mighty sick.
Here's Mr. Kittredge for you. Poor boy don't feel much like talking.
Sorry to see you looking so poor, Mr. Kittredge.
I told him about your offer, and he agrees to all the terms.
That, correct, Mr. Kittredge? Them terms satisfactory?
What? Oh, yes, I agree.
Sure you won't change your mind now?
No, take the ranch. I don't care what the terms are. Any old price. I just want to get rid of it.
Poor boy. He just wasn't cut out to be a rancher. Well, you satisfied?
Yep. I reckon I found out everything I need to know.
When'll he be back with the money?
Let's say 4 days from now. My boss will bring it himself.
Your boss? I thought he wanted to keep his identity a secret.
He does. That's why he'll be wearing a mask.
A mask?
Won't scare you none now, will it?
He can wear whatever he wants to, just so he's got the money with him.
He'll be here. Goodbye.
Easy, big fellow. We'll be heading back to camp as soon as I get rid of these clothes and the whiskers.
How about Mr. Bob? Did you see him?
I saw him all right, what was left of him. They've been beating the poor kid up.
Beating him up? And you left him there?
Don't worry, Betty. They have to keep him in good enough health to sign the bill of sale. That'll give us time to get some help and go after those outlaws.
Where are we going to get any help? Why, every rancher in this country is scared of that there Red Devers and his gang.
Then we'll have to find some men who aren't scared. Are you, Batty?
Me? Not by a jugful.
What about the other old-timers who used to work for the Circle K? Would they be scared?
They're not scared of nothing.
Think you could have them here in 4 days?
Could I? I'll fetch you a whole legion of them.
A legion of old-timers.
It no work, Kemosabe. Old-timers no match for young, tough hombres like Devers' men.
I know it, Tonto. But it's our only chance. Somehow you and I have to find a way to help those old-timers win.
Here, Whiskey, Bullcat. Come on, get on your horses, you lazy galoot. We're heading for the Circle K. Come on! Hey, come on, Pete, get out of that tub if you want your job back at the Circle K. I'm not coming. Hey, Curly, Pee-wee, follow us. That Circle K needs you.
Now does everyone understand exactly what he's to do? Remember, young Bob's life is at stake. If Devers suspects anything before I get into the ranch house, he'll kill Bob at the drop of a hat. Give Tonto and me 10 minutes head start. Then you know what to do.
Here he comes now. Right on time.
Yeah, and wearing a mask. Just like that old coot said he would. Got an Indian with him, too.
Howdy, men.
Howdy. Come along, stranger. You're expected. Go on in. The boss is waiting.
Tonto, you wait here. I'll take care of this business as fast as I can.
Me understand, Kimasabi.
You're right on time, friend. Mr. Kittredge here's got out of a sick bed just so we can sign the bill of sale. Come on, boss. Let's make it legal. Go ahead, old Bob. Say, what is this?
Post the gun, quick. Now, look here, Injun. We got nothing against you. Drop gun. Now, sit down.
You think you got me, don't you? But you haven't. That shot I fired, my man heard it. They'll be covering this house. You'll never get out alive.
Kimasabi! Kimasabi, you all right?
Like I said, there's not one of you'll get out of here alive.
Don't be too sure of that, Devers. Did you ever hear of the Legion of Old Timers?
Those old has-beens, they're no match for my boys.
It's not strength that counts, Devers. It's courage. Tonto, aim for their guns. We'll even up this fight.
Hey, let go of me. Hey, why, you ornery whelp.
Looks like Bandy needs some help. Bob, can you take care of Devers?
You bet I can.
We won't spoil their fun, Tonto. We'll give them a helping hand without letting them know it. Out the back way.
I reckon you fellas misjudged your mistakes, didn't you? Yeah, you called me over. Yippee! Where's the rest of them ornery coyotes?
Well, I guess I don't know my own fighting ability.
All right, men, reach high. Bandy, put them over there with the others and tie them up.
It'll be a pleasure. These dad-blasted ornery critters. We sure showed them, didn't we? Come on, you get going. Oh, hurry up there. You two, I mean you, go and get on there. Dad, blame your hide. Mr. Devers, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Hey, Mr. Catchman, hold it. Hey, Mr. Bob! Bob!
Well, Mr. Bob,
We got those hombres all rounded up. You got any orders for the day?
No, Banny, you give the orders. I'm not worthy to. I just wish there was some way I could reward you all.
Oh, 'tis rewards we want. We want just good old plain honest work.
Well, if that's all you want, you've got jobs the rest of your lives. That goes for the masked man and the Indian, too, if they want them.
Oh, those two fellers? Well, I'm afraid that they got more important things to do. Hey, wait a minute. Haven't you ever heard of the Lone Ranger?
The Lone Ranger?
This is a story of one of the most mysterious characters to appear in the early days of the West. He was a fabulous individual. A man whose presence brought fear to the lawless and hope to those who wanted to make this frontier land their home. He was known as the Lone Ranger. For weeks now, the Lone Ranger and his faithful Indian companion, Tonto, have been pursuing the vicious Pete Madden gang. Wanted for cattle rustling by every sheriff west of the Mississippi, these desperate outlaws have left a trail of robbery, destruction, and murder. At long last, their leader, Pete Madden himself, has finally been captured by the angry ranchers. But at what a heavy cost. For the Madden gang has already struck back ruthlessly by abducting young Jim Patrick, son of one of the ranchers, to hold as a hostage for their vicious leader. Every rancher in the country is up in arms. Every rancher, that is, but two newcomers to this part of the West, Fred Vance and his wife, Mary.
We can't stop here, Mary. We're not far enough away from the last place.
Oh, Fred, it's such beautiful country. And look, there's a perfect spot to build our new home. We could risk it. We've got to stop running away sometime. Please.
Well, it is beautiful country, and I heard that the land was for sale. But you know what it means if the neighbors find out who I am?
Well, we could always change our name.
No, Mary. I'm proud of my name. I've done nothing to make us ashamed of it. It stays the same, no matter where we settle, no matter what the consequences. Now, do you still want to build here, or do we move on?
I want to build here, Fred.
All right, Mrs. Vance. This is where we set up housekeeping. And we start right now.
Oh, our new home site. I'm going to love it here, Fred.
Tonto, we found the Madden gang's hideout at last.
Me not understand, Kimosabe. All tracks of Madden gang lead out of hideout, not into it.
That can mean only one thing. Madden and his gang are out on another raid. Most likely in the next county where Tom Patrick and his ranchers are so stirred up against him.
We follow tracks, Kimosabe?
I don't think we'll have to, Tonto. This hideout is Madden's stronghold. Whatever he's up to, he's almost sure to return here. I'll keep watching those rocks up yonder. You scout around. Make sure those tracks do lead toward the next county. I'll meet you at our camp in the morning.
May be waiting, Kimosabe.
You must be done in, Fred. Never saw you work so hard. Why don't you take a rest?
Got no time for rest. I'm building more than a home. I'm building a fort. This time, nobody will drive us away.
Who'd drive us away from here, Fred? No one knows it.
Nobody knew us the last 4 places we tried to settle either. Look, Mary, we bought this land fair and honest. Used up almost all of our money to do it. Got just enough to buy a few cows and register a brand. We're here for keeps. And I'll fight anybody who says different.
Before you fight them, Fred, let's try to be friends with them, shall we?
We'll see.
Howdy, neighbor. Howdy, ma'am. My name's Patrick, Tom Patrick.
We're glad you came a-calling, Mr. Patrick.
I'm afraid this isn't a social call, ma'am.
No? What's on your mind, Patrick?
You look as though you'd be right handy toting a gun.
I can use one when I have to.
Did you ever hear of the Madden Gang?
Madden Gang? Well, they used to operate in the county where I had a ranch before. Gave us plenty trouble.
I reckon you won't mind coming along then and helping the rest of us ranchers track 'em down. We've got Madden in jail, but his gang is holding my boy Jim as hostage.
Mister, it'd be a pleasure to ride after those hombres.
We're meeting at my place in town in 3 hours. See, I don't think I got your name.
Vance. Fred Vance. And this is...
Vance!
That's right.
Why, you're nothing but a dirty outlaw yourself. You spent a year in jail for rustling.
That's a lie. I'm no rustler.
The law says different. I got a list of every rustler let out of jail in the past year, and your name's right at the top.
He was innocent, Mr. Patrick. It was Madden's men who pulled that raid.
I'm sorry, man, but I got no proof of that. And if you don't want us to round you up with the rest of the Madden gang, you better get off of this land pronto.
Let him try to run us off. Just let him try.
Me follow trail till dark, Kimosabe. See no sign of Madden Gang. Come back here to camp.
I had better luck than you, Tonto.
You mean you find out something last night?
Yes, all we need to know.
Then come back to hideout?
Right after midnight. I couldn't see much because it was so dark, but I heard plenty.
Them off on another raid?
Yes, only this time it didn't come off so well. Tom Patrick and his ranchers managed to capture Madden. That leaves the gang without their leader.
That's plenty good news.
There's some bad news, too. The gang is holding Tom Patrick's son, Jim, as hostage. I would have tried to rescue him, but it was too dark.
You and me go back, get him now?
No, Tonto. The boy's safe enough for a while. But if his father and those ranchers come after him in a body, they'll ride into an ambush.
You think it better we ride to town first, see Tom Patrick?
If we don't, a lot more lives may be endangered. Tom's a brave man, but sometimes a little foolhardy. We'd better hurry, Tonto. There's no time to lose.
I found this stuck in the door an hour ago. If Madden isn't free by noon Wednesday, your kid will die. Well, now we know their next move.
What are you going to do, Tom? The posse's raring to go as soon as you give the word.
If we only knew where their hideout was. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Those outlaws play for keeps. If we don't let Madden go, they'll kill Jim for sure.
You'll have to find their hideout before they can kill him.
You mean we're not letting Madden go? You'd risk Jim's life?
Don't get me wrong, Joe. I love my kid. But there's something more than just his life at stake. Madden is the brains of his gang. If we let him loose to lead them again, hundreds of innocent people will die. Now, we've got to find his gang without releasing him.
I think I can help you, friends. You don't need guns. I'm on your side.
Who are you and what do you want here?
The same thing you do. The Madden gang.
A lawman, eh? Then why the mask?
Have you ever seen one of these before?
Silver bullet. But there's only one man who wears a mask and fires a silver bullet, and he's...
Then you know me, Tom.
I sure do, stranger. And I've heard a lot of good things about you, too.
Tonto and I have been riding hard to get here. I've got news about the Madden gang. You see, we've been on their trail for quite a while.
Yes?
We've located the gang and your son in a hideout, about 2 days' ride from here.
Your son prisoner, near Redstone Pass.
Redstone Pass? I know that area. You heard that, boys? Let's get going.
Wait, Tom. A large posse wouldn't have a chance of taking them by surprise there.
Him right. Maybe 2, 3 men, but not big group.
Tom, you'd better forget your men. Let me handle this.
I'm sorry, friend, but this is our fight, and it stands to reason that 10 men would have a better chance against them than just 1 or 2. Let's go, boys.
Well, what about that cattle rustling Fred Vance? Do we go after him, too?
You bet we do. As soon as we take care of the Madden gang.
What we do now, Kemosabe?
We've got to find a way of stopping those ranchers from riding into a massacre.
Many of them, only 2 of us. Not enough.
Fred Vance. I read about his trial. He was convicted on mighty slim evidence. Tonto, we'll give Fred Vance a chance to prove he's not a cattle rustler. Come on.
Food's ready. You must be starved. Fred, no.
It's just a precaution, Mary. Maybe they won't even come. But if they do... 2 of them. Well, I'm ready for them this time. Get behind the wagon.
Hold your fire! We're friends!
I haven't got any friends.
Honey, he's masked. And that Indian.
They're not ranchers. They're part of Madden's gang.
We want to talk to you.
Don't come any closer, or this time I won't shoot over your heads.
He means it, Tonto. We'll use the possum trick.
Me savvy.
We're here to help you, Vance. We're coming in whether you like it or not.
Fred, you've killed them.
I warned him to stay back.
Sorry I had to do that, Fred.
All right, you got me. Go ahead. What are you waiting for?
Oh, Fred.
I told you, we are friends.
Friends don't wear masks.
Sometimes they do. Release him, Tonto. And put away your gun. I'll explain.
Look here, I don't get this.
I've got a plan for rescuing Tom Patrick's boy before the Madden gang can ambush the ranchers who are now heading toward their hideout. But I'll need your help.
With every rancher in the country looking for my hide? Why should I help?
Because I believe you're an honest man. And one way to prove it is by going after those rustlers like any honest man would. Well, what do you say? Any sign of Tom Patrick and his ranchers yet, Tonto?
Not yet, Kemosabe.
You know, I reckon Patrick's not going to like the surprise one bit. He'll hate me even worse than he did after our run-in the other day.
He'll stop hating you soon enough, Fred, if you can deliver his son back to him.
You talk as if it was going to be easy. I've seen this Madden gang in action. I wouldn't be surprised if we were all taken prisoners. They're tough hombres.
We can be tough too, Fred, when we have to be.
Kemosabe, me hear horses.
Good. Now do just as I told you. Rein up and reach.
Hands off those guns.
Out of the saddle, all of you. Tonto, get their guns.
I thought you were on our side. I might have known you'd be in cahoots with the rustlers.
He's no rustler, Tom, or he wouldn't be helping me save your son. We've been trailing you for 2 days. Now we'll take over. Got their guns, Tonto?
Huh?
Keep them covered till we get back. Sorry to have to do this, Tom, but I figure my way is safer than yours.
What can 2 men do alone? Ride into Madden's hideout like they had an invite?
Maybe. Come on, Fred. Let's go. Fred, we'll take Scout along for Jim.
Good.
We got a long wait. Better sit down.
This is where we separate, Fred. Madden's camp is over there. You understand now what you're to do.
I understand, all right, but supposing something goes wrong.
We'll worry about that if it happens. Your job is to free Jim Patrick. I'll try to take care of the rest of the gang. Good luck, Fred.
Thanks. I'm going to talk to the Patrick kid. All right, masked man, that's far enough. Put up your hand.
What kind of a welcome is that? I've ridden a long way to find the Madden gang.
Nobody finds the Madden gang till they prove they're not on the side of the law.
I was working for the law. You think I'd come in here myself to capture the whole gang single-handed?
Well, I reckon that makes good sense. All right, stranger, you can ride in and talk it over with the boss.
Yeah.
But don't forget, I got you covered all the way.
Just about noon, Patrick. Looks like your old man don't value your hide too much. Or he'd have turned Madden loose and he'd be here by now.
I hope he never lets him loose.
Hey, Nolan! Somebody's coming. I'll see who it is. You stay here, Sam. Keep your hands up, stranger. But you know you're trespassing on private property?
Isn't that what the Madden gang specializes in? Trespassing on other people's property?
Just what do you mean by that, mister?
Well, what's good for the Madden gang? It's good enough for me.
Oh, that's why you're wearing the mask. Thinking about joining up with us, eh?
I've been trying to catch up with you for a long time.
Well, climb down, but don't try anything funny.
Sure.
It's a mighty fine horse you got there. You wouldn't want to tell me where you got him, would you?
No more than you'd want to tell me where you got yours.
You're all right, stranger. Come on over by the fire.
Thanks. Howdy.
Sit down. Take on some grub.
I wonder if that is Madden. Because if it ain't, you better start saying your prayers, Patrick. You just got a couple minutes left.
You haven't got much time left either. Someday they'll catch up with you polecats.
Polecats, huh? I'll show you who the polecat is.
Time's up. The boss is not here. Rocky, take care of the Patrick kid.
Sure thing, Jake. Wish you'd have plugged in long ago.
Looks like we'll have to go after Madden ourselves. Are you with us, stranger?
Sure. I like nothing better than going after Pete Madden. Mind if I look at my horse first?
No, go ahead.
Hey, boss!
Yeah?
Somebody plugged Simon and got the boy away.
What's that? If Sam go well, that may be your son, Jim. Take gun now. Go after Madden gang. Your horse is fresh. There's tired.
Jim, I was afraid I'd never see you alive again.
You wouldn't have, Dad, if it hadn't been for the masked man and Fred Vance.
Fred, look.
You won't need that, Fred. We're proud to have you as a neighbor.
And if you'd let us, we'd like to help you finish your cabin.
Come on, boys, let's get to work.
Let's go.
We're glad to help.
We have work to do elsewhere, Tonto.
Gee, Mary, it looks like we're going to have a home at last. And friends, like the Patricks here. And Tonto and the Lone Ranger.
This is a story of one of the most mysterious characters to appear in the early days of the West. He was a fabulous individual, a man whose presence brought fear to the lawless and hope to those who wanted to make this frontier land their home. He was known as the Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger and Tonto, in their ever-vigilant pursuit of outlaws and evildoers, have been riding for days to reach this ranch belonging to the lovely young Ellen Carter. They have learned that Ellen, who trusts no strangers, has been fighting desperately but futilely to save her property from the land-hungry hands of unscrupulous, violent men.
If you're more of Jeff Grant's hoodlum and come to frighten me off my ranch, you'll find I don't frighten easily.
We don't like Jeff Grant any better than you do, Miss Carter.
If you're not one of Grant's men, why are you wearing that mask?
I wore this same mask when I helped your father clean up the old Potter gang. He may have told you about me. You ever seen one of these before?
A silver bullet. Then you must be the Lone Ranger.
Now will you trust Tonto and me to help you?
How did you find out I was in trouble?
Bad news always travel fast.
We ran into a couple of your ranch hands. Grant's men had run them off.
He's been doing that for months now, trying to force me into selling out by making it impossible for me to work my ranch. If he thinks that just because I'm a woman he can bully me into doing anything he wants, he's very much mistaken.
Why does Grant want your property?
To build a stagecoach road across it. I offered him a right-of-way, but he insists on all or nothing.
That not make sense.
You're right, Tonto. Grant must want this ranch for something a lot more important than a stagecoach road, or he'd be willing to compromise. How many hands are working for you now, Miss Carter?
Just Bill Morgan, my foreman. He stuck with me through all my trouble.
Why not me work here, Kimasabi?
No, Tonto. I think it's more important that you try to get a job at Grant's ranch. That way we'll have some idea what he plans to do.
Me try get job somehow.
Tonto, I'll contact you as soon as I've rounded up a couple of ranch hands to work for Miss Carter.
Me be waiting.
I'm afraid that's impossible. Why, every man in the county knows what Grant's roughnecks would do to him if he worked for me.
Not every man. I'll send you two who won't be afraid of Grant or anybody else. Have you ever heard of Pete Lacey and Pedro Martinez?
Are you ready?
Si. Go.
Caramba, you missed me by 2 whole inches.
You couldn't hit me if I had donkey's ears.
We'll try again. This time I'll make it really tough.
You think that's shooting? Watch this. No, that's not the one.
Madre mia, I don't like this. Have you ever missed a cigarette and hit a man?
Only the last 2 times. Fella wasn't hurt much.
Oh, Silver. There's the 2 men I'm looking for. One, Silver. Put up those guns, men. Only fools risk their lives without reason.
That burn it, and I just had it lined up perfect.
Oh.
Who do you think you're talking to, masked man?
To a couple of men who once helped me capture some outlaws in Cactus County. Have you forgotten?
Caramba, now I'm knowing you. This masked man is our friend, the Lone Ranger.
Don't you two ever get tired of fighting each other?
Oh, it's nothing, senor. We just have the little dude to pass the time of day.
Don't you have anything better to do? You're 2 of the best bronc riders in the territory. Tell me, why aren't you working?
Work? No, thanks, friend. Work don't agree with us.
That's right, amigo. We're 2 of the laziest hombres in the whole county.
Well, that's too bad. The Carter Ranch could use a couple of husky men like you.
Why us? There's plenty of good hands in these parts.
Not anymore. Jeff Grant and his roughnecks have run them off. He's trying to force Miss Ellen Carter into selling out to him.
Miss Ellen? Why didn't you say so before? This senorita, she's pretty?
You'll have to decide that for yourself.
We'll do it. Pedro Martinez have never failed to help the beautiful senorita in distress.
You go on ahead to her ranch. I'll meet you there later.
I ride like the wind.
You'll have to ride faster than that if you want to beat me, you beautiful girl. Pedro, we're not really going through with this thing, are we?
Work? Pedro Martinez de Salvador y Ruñera have given his promise.
Well, but supposing she's one of them strong-minded, hatchet-faced females.
Well, in that case, Pedro Martinez de Salvador y Ruñera will break his promise.
Ma'am, we'd like a job.
Si, senorita, we would like a job.
Oh, you must be the 2 men the Lone Ranger told me about.
Si, senorita. My friend Pete Lacey, he's the world's best pistol shot. And I, Pedro Martinez de Salvador y Ruñera, can throw the whip better than I can throw the ball.
Bill, would you come here a minute, please? Bill, here are 2 men who actually want to work for me. This is Bill Morgan, my foreman.
How are you? I sure hope you 2 fellas don't scare easily. If Jeff Grant hears you're working for us, he'll send some of his gang over here to rough you up.
Pedro Martinez is afraid of nobody. And my friend Pete Lacey is afraid of nobody but Pedro.
That's a lie. You lazy honorary polecat. I can outduel you any day.
Take it easy, boys. You're both hired, lazy or not. Drop your blanket rolls in the bunkhouse, and I'll be with you in 5 minutes.
Si, senor. It will be a great pleasure to work for the beautiful senorita.
Likewise.
sigh, that Miss Allen. Could you not see the love light in her eyes for Pedro Martinez?
That was me she was looking at, you spit-curl baboon.
If this Jeff Grant tries to hurt her, first I cut his throat, then I shoot his heart out, and then I kill him. Caramba, senor. You're even better than I am, and that is impossible.
This may come in handy, boys. Tonto was working as cook's helper at Grant's ranch. He warned me we can expect a visit from Grant's men at any time now.
Good. I've been kind of watching for him to come.
You've been watching the beautiful Miss Allen, and all the time it's for me, she sighs.
Wait a minute. Riders are coming.
Yeah, they're Grant's men, all right.
Good. We gave them a welcome they do not expect.
You're trespassing on private property. What do you want?
That Carter female must be so hard up for help she had to hire a masked man to work for her. We want you to vamoose, that's what we want. Vamoose? Mister, we like it here. It ain't healthy to like it here. Now, do you want to go peaceful? Or shall we show you just how unhealthy it is?
Pedro Martinez have never felt in better health.
You're the ones who are going to vamoose.
That masked hombre talks big. Let's get him, boys.
Hey, watch the round fist. Hey, one down and 3 to go.
That should hold you for a while.
I reckon that'll show them who's going to vamoose.
You can go now. And tell Grant if he sends any more of his men, they'll get the same treatment.
See, and tell them if they bother Miss Allen again, we're going to really get mad and hurt somebody. Now get.
I'm going to try to see Tonto. When Grant finds out his bullying tactics won't work anymore, he's likely to try something a lot more drastic. I'll see you later.
So the 4 of you, Hefty, weren't even a match for 2 lazy drifters and some hombre wearing a mask.
I told you, Mr. Grant, they used whips and guns.
You had guns too, didn't you? I've had enough fooling around. I want that property before Ellen Carter finds out there's gold on it.
She's a stubborn female, boss. Why don't you give up and start digging the vein you found on your own property?
When the biggest part of it extends across into the Carter ranch? No thanks. If he won't be sensible, I'll just have to get a ranch another way. A sure way. Get out of here, Ensign. You're supposed to be helping the cook. Can't you see we're talking business?
What do you mean, a sure way, boss? She said she'd never sell to you as long as she lives.
Then we'll just have to fix it so she doesn't live long.
What did you find out, Tonto?
Plenty, Kimasabi. Gold on Carter Ranch.
So that's why Grant wants it.
Them plan something heap bad. Send me out of room so we can't hear.
Come on. There's a window open over there.
I tell you, boss, I don't like it. Killing a woman.
I don't care what you like or don't like. It's the only way. Besides, it won't be murder. It'll be an accident. An unfortunate accident. Once she's out of the way, I'll be able to buy the place for a song. There's not another ranch in the county with nerve enough to bid against me.
But what if somebody gets suspicious? Accidents like that don't happen all by themselves.
If anybody gets blamed, it'll be those 2 worthless drifters, Pete and Pedro. They won't be able to defend themselves because they'll be dead, too.
Hold it.
Reach. No tricks. What's the matter?
Looks like this engine was cooking up more than food, boss.
This the hombre from the Carter Ranch?
Yeah. He and the engine sure heard an earful.
That's one earful they're going to wish they hadn't heard. Take him down to the barn.
What are you going to do with them, boss? If they spill what they just heard?
Don't worry. They won't get a chance. We'll take them with us to the Carter place. Nice thing about a fire, it burns up all the evidence, including dead bodies.
The Lone Ranger and Tonto, in their efforts to help Ellen Carter save her ranch, have been captured by ruthless Jeff Grant and his men.
Make it good and tight. I'd hate to lose such nice kindling wood.
Looks
found their horses, boss. The big silver one was in that clump of trees. Good. Let's get going. You're a fool, Grant, if you think you can get away with this.
You're the fool, masked man. I don't make plans that won't work. Get them on their horses.
We're not the only ones trying to help Ellen Carter. She has other friends, too.
Oh, Bill Morgan? It'll be 1 against 5.
Aren't you forgetting those 2 new hands she hired? Pete and Pedro?
Those 2 show-offs? Yeah, I know all about them, and they don't worry me a bit. We'll take care of Pete and Pedro just like we're going to take care of you. Come on.
The beautiful Senorita Ellen, when she sees this, no longer can she resist Pedro Martinez.
Pedro Martinez, that big windbag. I reckon this will show Miss Ellen who's the man for her.
I'll put it over her head like this. Then I'll crush her in my arms like this.
Just see how it looks.
Hey, that even looks good on me. What chance of Pete Lacey against me?
Dad, burn it.
I thought you're telling me you right, Tutan. You tell a big lie.
And you said you'd be tending to stop. That's a bigger lie.
With a beautiful senorita, eh? The minute my back is turned, you're making love behind my front, eh?
I suppose you're going to wear that over your head.
What's the matter with you boys?
Don't you 2 ever stop squabbling? Say, those are right pretty-looking doodads. What you gonna do with them?
Didn't you ever see a wedding present before?
Shit, we've decided it's time for Miss Ellen to get married.
Say, that's a fine idea. Well, good luck, boys.
You see, just like I'm telling you, she's eating her heart out for Pedro Martinez.
If she's in love with anybody, it's me.
We let her make the choose.
Reach. Stick him in the old storehouse with the masked hombre in the engine. Looks like just the right place for our little accident to happen. Come on, boys.
Oh, Pete and Pedro. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. What seems to be your trouble?
We got kind of a problem, ma'am.
Si, senorita. We are both in love.
Well, I think that's wonderful. Who's the lucky girl?
But that is the problem, senorita. The lucky girl, she's only one. And I am for she.
Dad, Raditz, you said you'd let her choose.
Oh, well, that's very flattering, boys. But you see...
Don't anybody move.
Just what is this, Mr. Grant?
It's a funeral, Miss Carter. Your funeral.
Caramba. At a time like this, my back is where my front should be.
If this is another one of your attempts to frighten me into selling out, it won't work. And if you harm any of my friends, I'll have the law on you.
That'll be kind of hard to do, Miss Carter, if you and your friends are all dead. I'm sure glad you never bothered to tear down this old storehouse, Miss Carter. Makes a dandy coffin. Strong enough to hold you in and dry enough to burn like tinder. Okay, men. Get the fire ready. You should have told when I asked you to, Miss Carter. Now it's too late.
You're going to have a hard time explaining this fire to the sheriff, Grant.
I don't think so. How can you prove who started the fire if all the witnesses are dead? All ready, boss. Okay, let it go. Well, keep cool. Good work, boys. Won't be long now. Come on, we don't want to be seen here. Hide out at the ranch house till it's over. And if anybody comes along and tries to put out that fire, we'll take care of them, too.
Bill, what are we going to do?
Take it easy, Ellen.
Don't worry, Miss Ellen. We get you out somehow. Get it? It's us got her in here. Turn our backs on them polecats at Grant's.
It's no use, Kimasabi. Knots too tight. Need knife.
You're right. Got to do something. The window.
Broken glass, good knife. What window too high?
Yes, fortunately. Tonto, hop over to the door. We may be able to force it open. Hurry, Tonto.
Handle brake. Look, Kimasabi. Fire brake window.
The glass. There isn't a second to lose.
Caramba, senor. What are you doing?
Pull out your wrist, Tonto. Glad I'm wearing gloves. This glass is hot.
Hey, it might work. We can just get out. I know where they stowed the guns, in the bunkhouse. Look! Senor, make with it. Hurry. Pronto, eh?
Press tighter, Tonto. Plan a little supplies of our own for Grant. I reckon it's about time for us to call the boss. Take a look.
Yeah, nothing but smoke. By now they'll be burnt to a crisp. Let's go here.
Damn, what the? Don't move, Grant. Get their guns, Tonto. It's all right, Miss Carter.
Rock-a-bye band and on the rooftop. When the rope goes dead, we'll go clapping. When the rope slips, they'll land on their feet. And time will come down. There's no one people.
Miss Carter, we've got them tied up in the barn. Pete and Pedro are going for the sheriff. You won't have any more trouble with Grant or his men.
Oh, that's fine. And I can hardly believe what you told me about the gold. Now Bill and I will really be able to make a success of the ranch.
Don't you think we ought to get married first?
Marry? You mean all the time she have been in love with he?
I'm afraid so, Pedro. But we want you both to be best man at our wedding.
There's only one best man, and that is Pedro Martinez de Salvador y Runiega.
Concern it, that's a lie. Pete Lace is a better man than Pedro Martinez ever was.
You men with insults. Come, we fight a duel. And after we kill each other, we go for the sheriff.
They're a great pair, Miss Carter. Come on, Tonto. We have more work to do. Adios.
Goodbye. There goes an even greater pair. Just think, Bill, we might have lost everything if it weren't for the Lone Ranger.
This is a story of one of the most mysterious characters to appear in the early days of the West. He was a fabulous individual, a man whose presence brought fear to the lawless and hope to those who wanted to make this frontier land their home. He was known as the Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger and Tonto are riding to answer an urgent plea for help from their friend, the sheriff of Cactus County, Jim Hawks. But as Jim waits for the masked man and his Indian companion, there is another, a killer, who lies in wait for Jim.
See any sign of Jim, Tonto?
There, King Wasabi. Me see him.
Tonto, look.
Hello, Ranger. Tonto.
Got your letter, Jim. Looks like we got here just in time. How is he?
Just a shoulder wound, and he's knocked out. This hombre's going to spend a nice long time in jail.
Any idea who he is?
Looks like one of the Dirk Nelson gang. They've been out to get me ever since I was appointed sheriff.
Dirk Nelson. Yes, I know about him. More than you can handle, Jim.
That's why I asked your help. Nelson stopped at nothing. Hold-ups, murders, and now I've an extra special reason for wanting to get him. You may not understand. A few days ago, he ran off with Nancy Barton, the girl I was engaged to. They're going to be married in a week.
Nancy Barton? You told me she hated Nelson and everything he stands for.
Well, that's what's got me buffaloed. All of a sudden, she leaves me a note that she's going to marry him, and I'm not to try to stop her. That not makes sense.
You're right, Tonto. People don't change their minds overnight unless they're forced to. Did her father have any idea what's behind this?
None at all.
Yet he should know, Jim. You better lock him up. Tonto will stand guard while you and I pay a little call on Mr. Barton.
Hello, Mr. Barton. Don't let the mask frighten you. This is a friend of mine.
Howdy.
Of course. Any friend of Jim's is always welcome here. Right this way.
May I offer you gentlemen a drink? No, thanks. I never touch spirits.
Well, that's admirable. Very admirable indeed. But this is purely medicinal, of course.
Man drinks that kind of medicine to forget something he doesn't want to remember.
I don't understand. I have nothing to forget.
And perhaps you have something to remember. Why did your daughter run off with Dirk Nelson?
Well, a woman's privilege to change her mind, I guess. Besides, she knew Dirk when I was working in Centerville.
What kind of work, Mr. Barton?
A bank. I was a teller.
The Centerville Bank. That was one of Dirk Nelson's biggest hauls. Everyone said it was an inside job.
But what are you implying, sir?
Nothing, Mr. Barton. Just that I know someone inside that bank helped Dirk Nelson pull off that job and got paid very well for doing it. If Nelson threatened to expose that someone, it could be mighty unpleasant for him.
Mr. Barton, is that why Nancy ran off with Nelson? You've got to tell me.
Well, all right. All right. Jim, I've been miserable ever since I helped Dirk steal that money. But I've been saving up ever since to pay it back.
That doesn't help your daughter. What about her, Mr. Barton?
Well, she didn't know anything about it until Dirk came the other night. He's always had his eye on her. And he was jealous of you, Jim. He promised her that I'd spend the rest of my life in jail if she didn't go off with him.
You scare easily, Mr. Barton. Don't you know that Dirk couldn't expose you without admitting his own guilt?
But everybody already knows Dirk's guilty. There were witnesses. But there's no proof against me unless Dirk talks. That's why Nancy insisted on doing everything he asked. I begged her not to, but I couldn't stop her.
Well, why didn't you come to me right away?
Oh, it was too late then, and I was afraid. But I'm glad you're here now, Jim. I've hated myself every waking moment. I'll do everything I can to keep her from marrying him.
Will you turn state's evidence? Will you go to prison?
Gladly.
And somehow I'll reach your daughter and stop her from marrying him.
Well, how can you? With her at the Nelson hideout and nobody knowing where it is.
There's one way to get into the hideout, Jim.
How's that?
Join the Nelson gang.
Join the Nelson gang? Why, they don't take anybody but the most hardened criminals. And everybody knows you stand for law and order.
True. But nobody in this county has ever seen the Lone Ranger. Supposing we were to change his name for a while. Call him the Masked Rider.
The Masked Rider? What good would that do?
A lot of good, Jim. If the masked rider could even build up a worse reputation than Dirk Nelson, a few posters like this, with a different face and a different name.
Sick of reading about this masked rider. Who is he anyway?
I don't know who he is, Dirk, but the sheriff seems a lot more anxious to catch him than to catch you.
Can't say that I blame him, boss. Every holdup we've tried to pull off lately, he's been there ahead of us. Sure wish he was working with us instead of against us.
You're so anxious to have him join the gang, why don't you find him and bring him in? The fool could do twice as well taking orders from me.
Stagecoach coming, boss.
Good. Right on schedule. This is one time the masked rider's not going to beat us to the job. Take cover.
Me bet Dirk Nelson be plenty mad at Masked Rider now. He'd not like to be outsmarted.
Yes, I was afraid he might let this gold shipment go through.
Oh, I knew he couldn't resist it. I've had my deputies blabbing about it for days. Sure wish I could get down there and get Nelson right now.
All right, you throw down that gold and be quick about it.
Sure, mister. Don't shoot.
Where's the gold?
Mister, you have to ask the masked rider. He held me up about 2 miles back.
Masked rider?
He done it again. You hadn't wasted so much time lollygagging around that Barton female, the masked rider wouldn't be giving us this trouble now.
That'll be enough out of you, Sid. Come on, let's get back to the hideout. I'm going to outsmart that hombre if it's the last thing I do.
Outlaws plenty mad they not find gold.
By the way, Jim, what did you do with the gold I was supposed to have stolen?
I fixed it with old Luke, the driver. He sent it on ahead by special messenger. What we do now, Kimasabi?
I think it's time for the masked rider to join the Nelson gang. After what happened today, they should welcome him with open arms. I'll leave a trail for you to follow, Tonto. Contact me as often as possible. On, big fellow.
I'm sick of standing guard. The way things have been going around here, there's nothing left to the guard anymore.
Put up your hands. I said reach.
Say, what is this anyway?
I'll hold up, mister. Give me your money.
Money? Mister, do you know who we are?
I don't care who we are. Just hand over your cash.
I reckon this hombre don't want to live too long, Sid. There's a lot more than 2 of us around here, mister.
Didn't you ever hear the Dirk Nelson gang?
Dirk Nelson? Why didn't you say so? I've been looking for him ever since I hit this territory.
Say, who are you anyhow?
You ought to know. I'm the one man the sheriff wants more than Nelson.
Sid, this here hombre's the masked rider.
That's right. And if you're smart, you'll take me to Nelson.
What for? You're doing all right on your own, ain't you?
Sure I am. But with the Nelson gang riding with me, I could do twice as well.
That's right, Sid. With him on our side, we could tie the whole territory in knots.
Not so fast, Wes. We can't take him into the hideout with us. We don't know nothing about him.
Didn't Dirk say to bring him in if we could ever find him? Come on, mister. I'll take you to him.
I still say you're crazy, Wes. How do we know we can trust him?
How does he know he can trust us?
All right. But remember one thing. Once you go into the hideout with us, you're one of us. Any fancy tricks and you don't come out alive. Come on, let's go.
Fine, big fellow.
Please, you hurry. Dirk Nelson does not like to be kept waiting. I'm not afraid of Dirk Nelson, Mrs. Gonzalez, and you shouldn't be either. Why do you let him use your ranch as a hideout? Why do you let him make you marry him? We're both afraid, Miss Barton. I guess you're right. Yes? You sent for me?
Yeah. All right, Mrs. Gonzalez, get out of here. I've got good news for you, Nancy. I'm fixing for us to get married Saturday, 2 days ahead of schedule. How does that sound?
I gave my promise.
I don't see what you females see in sheriffs anyway. They don't make hardly any money.
Jim Hawks is honest, which is something you wouldn't understand.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Nancy. I'm not such a bad guy. You just got to give me a chance.
You can force me to marry you, Dirk, but I'll go right on heating.
Wonder who that's with us.
Hey, Dirk. What out? Someone here to see you.
Who's that with you?
It's a masked rider. What's the idea of bringing him here? It was your idea, Dirk. Wouldn't you rather have him with us than against us?
Only if I'm sure that he is who he says he is.
That could work both ways, mister. How do I know you're not somebody else?
You talk mighty big. For 2 cents,
You'd what?
Jumping polecats, he outdraw Dirk. You see that?
You're mighty fast with those guns.
In my profession, I have to be.
Don't you see, Dirk, with him in the gang, nobody else would have a chance. You'd be top dog in the territory.
I am already. But I can always use a good man. Yeah. Bring him inside and I'll talk to him. You take big chances, mister. Now that you're here, what makes you think I won't have you killed?
For 2 reasons, Nelson. You lose some of your own men first, and you're smart enough to know I'm more useful to you alive than dead.
So you want to join my gang?
Yeah. Why should we compete against each other? Together we could take over this territory. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Very good sense. But nobody joins my gang unless I see his face first. Supposing you take off that mask.
Sorry, Nelson. I've got good reasons to keep this mask on.
It wouldn't be because you're not really the masked rider, would they?
What do you mean, Dirk?
How do we know he's not on the side of the law? Any man can cover his face and claim to be the masked rider.
Do you think I'd be fool enough to let your men bring me here if I wasn't? I know I couldn't get out of here alive.
Sure, you gotta believe him now, Dirk. You saw how quick he pulled his guns.
Lots of men are fast on the draw. But being a good shot is something else again. And I've heard that the masked rider is just about the best shot in the world. Are you that good, mister?
Why don't you find out?
I aim to. Come on outside, all of you.
Miss Martin, I come from Jim Hawks.
Jim Hawks? So who are you?
A friend. I must talk to you later, alone.
There you are, mister. If you can hit any of those cups at this distance, I'll believe you're really the masked rider.
What if I break all 4?
All 4? Nobody's that good. What's the matter, getting cold feet?
You want me to move back further?
No. No, this'll be all right.
I never saw shooting like that before.
You gotta believe him now, boss. What do you say?
I say he's every bit as good as I've heard he is.
And you let him join up with us?
Sure. I'd be a fool not to. But there's one other little thing first.
Yeah? What's that?
You haven't proved yet that you're really with us. So tomorrow we're gonna pull a little job. And I'm gonna let you lead my men.
Whatever you say, Nelson.
I've got it all worked out, men. The gang will hold up the stage tomorrow morning just inside Eagle Pass.
You mean you're really going to let him lead the gang, boss?
I sure am. He'll be riding right at the head of it.
Well, what about you?
I'll be in the stagecoach with the other passengers.
Say, that's sure smart, boss. Then you'll have the drop on him from the rear when we surprise them in Eagle Pass.
It's not them I'll have the drop on. It's the masked rider. Here, you fill this up again.
You gonna kill him, Dirk?
As dead as they come.
What for? We need him.
Like we need poison ivy. You fooled, you've been tricked. He's no outlaw. I was suspicious of him the minute I saw his gun belt. That's why I had him fire at those cups.
I don't get you.
After he finished, I dug this out of the tree. Ever see one like that before?
Just a bullet. What about it?
That particular bullet's made of silver.
Silver? Who'd ever use a silver bullet?
Only one man in all the West. The Lone Ranger.
Me here, Kimasabi.
I'm glad you've come, Tonto. Nelson's planning to hold it tomorrow, and I'm to lead it.
Lone Ranger lead hold up? That's not possible.
I'll have to pretend to until I find out what he's going to do. I think he's setting a trap for me, or he'll lead his men himself.
Someone come.
Oh, Miss Barton.
I saw you from the house. Who's the Indian?
This is Tonto. You always worked with me. Why did you follow me?
Mrs. Gonzalez heard Dirk talking. You're to hold up the stagecoach at Eagle Pass tomorrow morning. Dirk will be riding in the coach. He plans to shoot you.
So that's it. Thanks for the warning.
This girl Jim want for wife?
Yes, Tonto.
What are you talking about? I'm marrying Dirk Nelson.
You won't have to, Miss Barton. Your father told us the truth.
The truth? Does that mean he'll go to prison?
He promised to return the money he stole and give evidence against Nelson. We hope the jury will be lenient.
I guess I was stupid to do what I did, but Dad's not really a criminal, and I had to protect him somehow.
Two wrongs don't make a right, Miss Barton. Did you think your father would be happy knowing you were married to an outlaw? It's your happiness he wants.
Then I can go back to Jim?
No, you can't.
What do you mean?
If we're going to outwit Dirk Nelson, it's important that he doesn't know his plans are changed. You're part of those plans.
I understand. I won't leave.
What do we do? Tonto, tell Jim Hawks and his men to be at Eagle Pass tomorrow morning.
But you, Kimasabi, you ride into the trap Nelson set for you?
Yes, Tonto. I'll ride right into it. And you'll be there to watch.
I wish the Lone Ranger's Indian friend would get back. Do you think anything could have happened to him?
Tonto can take care of himself, Mr. Barton. If it's possible to contact the ranger, he'll do it.
Well, I hope it's not too late. Nancy in that outlaw's hideout all this time. I'm going to try and find her myself.
We won't help any by losing our heads. The ranger's risking his life to save your daughter. And the least we can do is stay here and wait for instructions.
I'm sorry, Jim. I'm sorry. You're right. I ought to be grateful.
You'll get your chance to help when you testify against Nelson. And that won't be easy, you know, implicating yourself.
Jim, it'll be the easiest job I've ever had to do. I don't mind paying for my own mistakes as long as I know it puts Dirk behind bars.
Tonto.
Oh, Jim. Have you seen the Lone Ranger? Is Nancy all right?
Your daughter fine, Mr. Barton. Well, if you reached the hideout, how's it you didn't bring Nancy back with you? Kimasabi not let me.
Wouldn't let you? Why not?
No time to explain now. You come. Round up posse quick. Have him at Eagle Pass tomorrow morning for sure. What about you? Aren't you riding with us?
No. Tonto has a special job to do. Kimasabi's life at stake. Come.
Good night, Mr. Barton.
Good luck, Jim.
Here it comes. Are you ready? Dirk's counting on you to do just like he says.
I'm ready.
Where is Dirk? Don't you worry about him. He'll be around here when we need him.
I'm sure he will.
Hey, if you're looking for Dirk over there, you ain't going to see him.
I'm not looking for Dirk.
Ready, men? As soon as we get the signal from the Lone Ranger, we take off and capture him red-handed.
Quick! Hit the trap! Let's make a break for it! One regret still.
Tonto, what happened? Nelson, he hit me. But me all right now.
Jim!
Nancy.
I was so afraid something would go wrong.
Jim and his men captured the whole gang, Miss Barton.
Them in jail for a long time to come.
Dirk Nelson, too.
We're not needed here anymore, Tonto.
Jim, I was such a fool to run off with Dirk.
Well, if you hadn't, Nancy, the Nelson gang wouldn't be in jail now. Because I'd never have called for the one man who could help me capture them. The Lone Ranger.
This is a story of one of the most mysterious characters to appear in the early days of the West. He was a fabulous individual, a man whose presence brought fear to the lawless and hope to those who wanted to make this frontier land their home. He was known as the Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger and Tonto are riding hard and fast toward the town of Harrisville. There, behind prison bars, are two of the most vicious criminals of the West.
I'll tell you, I'm scared, Biff. They're going to try us for every crime in the book. It'll be a necktie party for sure. We've gotten out of tight spots before. Yeah, but this time we're wanted for murder, not for just robbery or forgery. 3 murders, to be exact. Yeah, when we get to El Paso, we're through. If we get to El Paso. What do you mean? Can't try us for murder if we're not there for the trial. We'll be there, all right. Sheriff told me they're getting this Lone Ranger fella to deliver us special. The sheriff's a fool. Hector's. You ever had a real bad stomachache? Stomachache? What do you mean? Never mind. Do like I tell you. Now, you lay down on this bunk and start yelling and moaning. Act like your stomach was killing you. I don't get you, Bill. Oh, never mind. Do like I tell you. Sure. Oh, my stomach. What are you two hombres up to now? My pal's dying, can't you see? His stomach hurts up and fierce. You probably poisoned his food. I poisoned any food. You hombres are going to die, all right, but it'll be from a rope around your neck. Don't just stand there talking. Do something. Can't you see he's in terrible pain? I don't trust either one of you for a minute. Water. Oh. Gee, Sheriff, ain't you a little bit human? All he wants is a little water. That's the least you can do for him. All right, give me the cup. Thanks, Sheriff. You're good. Hey, Cactus, grab his keys. Gee, Sheriff, I'm surprised at you falling for an old trick like that. Oh. Hello, Tonto. Oh, Ranger, you come for the... So where'd they go? Your prisoners escaped, Sheriff. How did it happen? Old stomachache trick, and I fell for it. You're not the first. Them fool many sheriffs. We'll have to catch them before they get too far. How can you? You don't even know where they're headed. They'd have to steal horses, and horses leave tracks. You all right now, Sheriff? Yeah, I'm all right. Come on, Tonto. Fancy track here, Kemosabe. Can't tell which one theirs. One of those horses they stole was a chestnut mare with a broken shoe. Ah, his track. Go that way. Good. Let's go. Hey, Bill. Take a look. There's the end of our trail. What do you mean, that cabin? What have you been leading us up here for? Who lives there? Some old galoot been keeping to himself for the last 20 years. Sort of a hermit. Name of old Joe Peters. Heard about him the last time I was up this way. Sure looks like he lives there alone. Hasn't a friend in the world. The only people ever see him are strangers passing by. Folks say he's got a nice, tidy sum of gold hid somewhere, too. Gold? Hey, we could use that. He's got 2 things we can use more important right now. His cabin and his name. His name? How are you going to use that? You'll see. Land sakes, hold your horses. I'm coming. Sakes alive. What do you two want? We're lost, mister, and just about half starved. Reckon you could give us some grub and send us on our way? Sure. Come on in. Have a seat. Today, I'd do anything for anybody. Something special happening today? There sure is. My sister Abigail's coming out to live with me. I thought for a minute she was hurt. Your sister? What's so exciting about that? Sakes alive. Why, she's coming clear from St. Louis. Hadn't seen her in over 30 years. It's a long time. Sure is, mister. Is she coming alone? Yep. She's a widow now.
And I got to figuring that this place would be a lot homelier if I had a female to help me share living here. Just finished painting it for her.
You're right, old-timer. A home ain't nothing without a woman in it. Of course, you're going to need more than this cabin to share with her if you're going to take care of her proper.
Oh, I got plenty. Don't worry about that. Been saving up for years. Me and Abby won't want for nothing. Hey, see? She sent me this picture last year.
Say, that's quite a filly. She's a bossy-looking female, if you ask me.
Well, my age, a man needs a woman to be bossing him around. Keep him out of trouble.
Did you send her a picture of you?
Me? Shucks, no. What? I never had a picture took in my life.
Well, then how is she going to know you're really her brother?
Gosh, I'll be waiting right here for her just like I wrote her would. That's how. Say, friend, you sure ask a lot of questions.
That's right, mister. I got just one more question to ask. Where do you keep your gold hid?
Gold? What do you mean? I ain't got no gold.
Don't lie to me. Where is it?
Oh, that's your game, is it? Well, you can do whatever you want to me, but I'll never tell you. I'm saving that gold for me and Abby.
All right. I got no time to waste asking questions. I'll get her to tell me. Get out of those clothes. Sakes alive. I look more like old Joe than old Joe himself.
You won't get away with it. I've got other ways of identifying myself.
Yeah? Well, they won't do you any good where you're going. Come on. Get moving. Outside. Over there, the cliff. All right, mister. That's far enough.
What am I supposed to do now? Dive off?
That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Only I'm going to give you a little help.
You didn't give that Uncle Lou a chance, Bev.
It ain't him I'm thinking of. It's me. Now, you savvy what I mean when I say I'm going to use his name? After I shave this mustache off, we'll know the difference.
Yeah, but supposing someone finds his body down there.
The man I just shot was Biff Baker, wanted for murder. From now on, Cactus, I'm old Joe.
Hey, I gotta hand it to you, Bev. Well, you're the smartest. Say, how about me? I'm still wanted for murder.
So you are, Cactus. And an honest guy like old Joe would shoot a killer like you on sight.
Say, what's the matter with you? You lost your mind or something?
Yeah. Abigail. Got a pretty up for my sister.
Hard to see footprints now, Kemosabe. Wagon tracks rubbed them out.
Sure, they're following this road. Baker and Gleason are headed towards the border. There's no other way than straight ahead.
Maybe if we pass Wagon, we pick up their trail again.
Wagon tracks. I wonder who'd be driving a wagon through this desolate country.
Tracks fresh. Wagon not far ahead.
Neither are Baker and Gleason. That means there's danger ahead for anybody they meet. Let's go.
Keep going, Mahitvale. Penelope? Geraldine? Get up, horse.
There's the wagon, Tonto.
Wagon empty. No driver.
That's not good. Whoever was in that wagon may have been ambushed by Baker and Gleason. Come on. Tonto. These clothes belong to a woman.
You're daggone right they do. And no masked man in Indian's gonna steal them from me. Throw up your hands. My pappy always said, Abby, he said, when you meet up with bandits, shoot first and ask questions afterwards. And that's what I aim to do. By the time I count 3, you're going to be the 2 deadest bandits that ever lived. 1, 2...
You're not going to fire that gun, ma'am.
What makes you so sure?
Why, you wouldn't want to kill us any more than we would want to rob you.
You talk mighty strange for a bandit.
Tonto and I aren't bandits. We're your friends. Believe me.
Well, then why are you wearing that mask?
Why are you wearing that hat?
Now, that's a right pert question, young man. Looks awful, don't it?
Mind telling us where you're headed for?
Sure. On the way to my brother's place.
Your brother? You mean someone who live around here?
And why not, Injun? Didn't you ever hear of Joe Peters?
Joe Peters. What does he look like?
Well, mister, I can't rightly say. Haven't seen him for 30 years. Reckon he's changed considerable.
You haven't run across 2 other men on this road, have you?
You're the first humans I've laid eyes on since I hired this darn rig back in town. Now I can't get this consarn critter away from the water hole.
You get in the wagon. By the way, ma'am, if you do see 2 men up ahead on the road, keep that gun of yours handy. They might be real bandits. Fine, Tonto.
Real bandit? Hey, come back here! How can I tell who's real and who's not? The real ones don't wear masks, and the not ones do.
Maybe that cabin of Miss Abigail's brother.
Couldn't have picked a more lonely or deserted spot.
Smoking chimney. Him must be home. Maybe see Baker and Gleason.
They must have come this way. Tonto, look.
Horses look tired. Come plenty long distance.
Yes, they've been ridden hard and fast. I'm sure they're Baker and Gleason's horses.
You think maybe them in cabin?
Someone's in that cabin. If it's them, they'll shoot on sight. They'll leave Silver and Scout here.
Ah.
It must be old Joe. You wait here just in case.
Who's there?
Open the door. I want to talk to you.
Door's open. Come on in. Mind the wet paint.
Howdy.
Sakes alive. You're masked. What is this? A holdup?
No, I'm looking for the men who own those 2 horses out there. Where are they?
Oh, those 2. All right, mister. Get your hands up high and keep them that way.
You don't need a gun, Mr. Peters.
Peters? How'd you know my name?
I met your sister down the road a ways.
And you probably held her up the same as you was going to do to me.
On the contrary, she held me up.
Ah, don't try to soft-talk me. It's easy enough to see you're a friend of those 2 crooks, and I'm going to give you the same as I gave them. No, you're not. Drop gun. What the? All right. Go ahead, you've got me. Finish me off.
Nothing to be afraid of, Mr. Peters. Why, we're not after you.
Sakes alive. You mean you're really on the side of the law? If I'd have known that, I'd never pulled a gun on you.
Never mind about the gun. Just tell us where those men are.
You sit down the bottom of the canyon. Bottom of canyon? What happened? Ornery pole-hats they was. Tried to sneak up on me when I was painting my cabin for Abigail. But I seen them coming. Caught them at the edge of the canyon and shot them both. For all I know, they're still at the bottom. No good weasels.
In that case, you finished our job for us. How do we reach the canyon floor?
It's pretty steep around here. Reckon you'll have to head back a way.
Better take a look at those bodies, Tonto. Come on. Bye, Mr. Peters.
There, one of them. Mr. Peters, good shot. Him plenty dead.
Yes, Tonto. This one must be Gleason. He fits the description the sheriff gave us. I wonder where the other one is.
Look, Kimasabi. This one's still alive.
Yes, but still unconscious. Doesn't seem in too bad shape. He was lucky, Tonto. That tree must have broken his fall.
Me thought Sheriff said this Baker have mustache.
He must have shaved it off. Figured he wouldn't be recognized that way.
What we do with him, Kimasabi?
We'll patch him up the best we can. Then we'll take him to town. First, I want to look at that wound. Harold, look at his hands.
Hands me not understand.
Look closer.
Ah, me see now.
You make him as comfortable as you can. I'm going back to the cabin. There's a couple of questions I want to ask old Joe.
I'm here, Joe. Me, Abby. Don't you recognize me, Joe?
Sakes alive. Sure do, Abby. You're the spitting image of the picture. Come on in.
It's been a long time, Abby. How do I look to you?
After all the traveling I just done, you in this cabin couldn't look better.
I painted it special for you, Abby. Hope you like it.
Lovely shaded gray, just like you wrote me. Oh, it's beautiful, Joe. Say, you're a mite bigger than I expected.
You're a mite prettier than I expected.
Now, Joe, don't you go making jokes about my looks. I know I'm no raving beauty. Sonny, I always remembered you as having blue eyes. They're brown, aren't they?
Yes, always was. Shows you how wrong you can be, Abby.
And your hair is not nearly so gray as you wrote me.
I guess I was feeling a little old that day. Say, you remember a lot about my letters. Bet you even remember where I wrote you I keep my gold hid.
Why, sure, Joe. If you wrote me something like that, I wouldn't be likely to forget it. Where's Clarabelle?
Clarabelle?
Yes, the kitten you had here. You wrote me she'd be my very own, a cute little black kitten.
Oh, yes, Clarabelle. Well, Clarabelle died just a couple of days ago, Abby. Poison or something. Never mind about Clarabelle. Let me get your things out of the wagon.
All right, Joe. Just a minute.
Huh?
You're not Joe Peters.
Why, Abby, what are you talking about?
You've been lying all along. Joe Peters does have blue eyes. And he never wrote me where his gold was hid. And there was no kitten named Clarabelle.
You're a fool, woman. Nobody outsmarts Biff Baker and gets away with it.
Biff Baker? You must be one of those two bandits the masked man was talking about. What did you do with my brother?
Same thing I'm going to do with you.
You come any nearer and I'll shoot.
There's nothing sillier than a female with a gun in her hand she don't know how to use.
I tell you, I'll shoot. I got perfect aim.
Yeah? Well, then try hitting me.
Miss Abigail, that you? You all right?
Yes, I'm all right. Come on in.
Reach! Hi!
I'm sorry, mister. You made me do it.
Yeah, and you couldn't have done better. Now, as soon as I get rid of you two and take care of that Indian friend of yours, old Joe won't have an enemy in the world.
It won't work, Baker. We found old Joe at the bottom of the canyon, and he's still alive.
Still alive? What makes you so sure he's old Joe and I'm not?
His hands.
His hands?
That's right. Man who just finished painting his cabin would have paint on his hands. I don't see any on yours, Baker.
It's mighty smart of you, mister. I should have thought of that myself. But now that you warned me, I'll take care of you two, and then I'll finish old Joe for good.
Oh, no, you won't.
All right, Biff, get over that chair.
Here, mister, tie the varmint up. And then take me to Joe, quick.
That must be Tonto, Miss Abigail. Let him in, please.
Oh, my.
Me get water.
Joe. Brother Joe, are you all right?
Sakes alive, Abby. Is that you? Oh, my. But you sure have grown.
Oh, Joe. Joe, it is you. Oh, Blue. Just like I knowed there was. That no good rattlesnake tried to make me sick. There was Brown.
How is he, Tonto?
Didn't feel much better, you, Miss Abby.
Yeah, I sure am, Injun. Thanks to your good doctrine. They thought they killed old Joe, but I fooled them. I don't die so easy.
Now, Joe, you just sit quiet. I'm going to take care of you.
Whatever you say, Abby, honey. I hope that polecat didn't hurt you none.
Don't worry, Mr. Peters. Baker won't cause you any more trouble. Going to pay for his crimes this time for sure. Tonto, you'd better go for the sheriff.
Abigail, honey, you sure weren't lying when you wrote that you was a good cook. You're going to double my weight in a week.
Oh, if you think it's that good, stop talking and start eating. I sure wish that masked man and Injun weren't in such a hurry. I never did get to thank them proper for helping us out so much.
Oh, I reckon they're on their way by now. Because where there's law-breaking that needs taken care of, that's where you'll find Tonto and the Lone Ranger.
This is a story of one of the most mysterious characters to appear in the early days of the West. He was a fabulous individual, a man whose presence brought fear to the lawless and hope to those who wanted to make this frontier land their home. He was known as the Lone Ranger. For months now, the Wells Fargo Company has been plagued by stagecoach holdups. One for every cross you see. Only in Boone County does Wells Fargo have a perfect record of no successful holdups. And that's because the stage line franchise there is held by one of the most remarkable women of the Old West, Cannonball McKay.
Yeah, get along there. Oh, boys.
Wait a minute, Cannonball. I'll help you.
That's all right, Clem. I can manage.
Soft-spoken, hard-driving, sharp shooting. She had always been respected as the most honest stage driver in all Boone County, until Clem Jones came to work for her. Friendless, half-crippled, only 2 weeks out of prison. Why has Cannonball just taken him in as her assistant? That's one of the answers the Lone Ranger and Tonto are here to find out.
I'm going into town to see my old friend Marshal Hanley. I'll see you in camp later.
He'll be waiting for Miss Abby.
Arthur.
Got you that time.
You sure did. Come on in. Howdy, Marshal.
Jim, he's masked.
Sure, he's masked. This is the Lone Ranger. Meet Doc Tate. Glad to know you, Doctor. Well, what brings you here? I'm curious about Cannonball McKay and Clem Jones.
Reckon nobody knows much about them, friend. Not even me. And I'm Clem's doctor.
Oh? Something wrong with him?
Poor old fella has a bad arm. Heard it years ago in that stagecoach holdup that sent him to jail.
I see. But if Cannonball's as honest as they say, why should she take in an ex-convict as a partner?
That's something we'd all like to know, but Cannonball won't talk.
Marshal, I'd like a closer look at those two.
That's easy enough arranged. The stage is due in any minute now. Come along.
Fine.
Hurry up, Collins. I got to shove on to Rushville in 10 minutes.
You're not shoving on to anywhere, Cannonball.
What do you mean? My contract with Wells Fargo's still good. Pulling out of here on schedule.
No, you're not. Wells Fargo's not going to lose any shipments if I can help it.
Well, I never lost him a shipment of gold yet, have I?
No.
But you never had a crook working for you. Up till now.
Nobody's going to call me a crook again.
Oh, no?
Pull that trigger at Clem Collins, and it'll be the last shot you'll ever fire.
Put up your gun.
Don't do like he says. This masked man's a friend of mine, and he can outshoot even you, Cannonball.
What's the ruckus, Cannonball? Me and Heiss are just squabbling clean over in our cafe.
Hey, who's the masked hombre?
I'm in the same business as the marshal. I try to keep law and order.
That's right, boys.
Now, Cannonball, supposing you tell me why you drew your gun.
I had to, mister. This varmint was calling my helper a crook.
Everybody knows he just did 10 years in the pen for holding up a stagecoach.
Look, Collins, I hire who I want. Clem's a friend of mine. He's served his time, and I know he's reformed. Hasn't he been punished enough? Losing all those years, getting his arm crippled.
No jailbird's going to haul freight for Wells Fargo. You're out of business, Cannonball, as of now.
Hold on, Collins. You're forgetting about Cannonball's contract.
Read that contract. It says I got the right to hold up shipments anytime I think there's danger involved. I'm holding them all up till I get word from the head office.
It's not fair you should take it out on Cannonball just because you hate me. If it weren't for this arm, I'd whop the hide off of you.
Come on, Clem.
I'll see you after a while, Marshal. I have some business to take care of.
Doc, you look worried.
I sure hope Cannonball's right about Clem's reforming.
What do you mean?
I'm thinking of that monthly gold shipment in the Wells Fargo office. With the stage not winning, it stays right there, with no one to guard it but Collins. Sure could be mighty tempting to an old hold-up man like Clem.
Well, don't worry about it. If Clem starts acting up, I think the Lone Ranger and I can handle him all right. I'll see you later.
What you learn, Kimasabi?
Practically nothing, Tonto. Yet I still think my hunch is right. Why should this be the only town in the territory that hasn't been robbed? Unless the robbers live here and don't want to throw any suspicion on themselves.
You think maybe that Clem fellow robber?
No, it couldn't be Clem. He'd been in jail until recently.
Then maybe Cannonball.
Maybe. But Cannonball doesn't act like a crook. No one who'd fight to protect old Clem the way she did could really be bad.
Maybe that just put-up job, throw you off track.
I don't know, Tonto. You ride into town. Keep your eye on Cannonball and Clem. Whoever's behind these robberies is dangerous and very clever. We've got to find out who it is at any cost. You go ahead.
Huh.
Clem! Oh, Clem!
Hi, Doc. Want me for something?
Just thought you might like to earn $10. I got to get this letter to Rushville right away, and with the stage not running, there's no way to send it.
$10? I didn't think there was anyone in this town who'd trust me with that much money.
I'm on your side, Clem. If you take the road through Hidden Valley, it'll take you but a few hours.
Thanks, Doc. You're a nice guy.
What do you want, Doc? The office is closed today. Heard you were took sick, so I came right over. What is this?
Who told you that? I'm feeling fine.
You won't be for long.
Wait a minute.
I don't get it. Open that safe, quick.
You mean you're the one that's been pulling all them holdups?
Who else would be smart enough to?
You heard what he said. Open the safe.
Sure. Anything you say. What do you know? Old Doc Tate, the leader of a hold-up gang.
Quick, Ash. On your horse. Now we got you dressed like Clem. Try to act like him. Remember, you got a stiff arm.
Just like you say, Doc.
Be sure the marshal sees you heading for Hidden Valley. That's where I sent Clem.
That shot. Somebody run out of the express office. Looks like Clem Jones. He's heading for Hidden Valley, Marshal.
It's Collins, Marshal. He's dead.
He got away with all the gold. Let's go after him, and he can't get far.
I've taken candy from a baby. Some candy.
Go on, Clem. You're going back to town.
What for? I didn't do anything. I was...
There's your voice. We're holding you for the murder of Jim Collins.
Murder?
That's right. You'll have a chance to explain back at the Wells Fargo office. Get going.
Me follow Clem into plenty trouble, Kimosabe. Him arrested for murder.
Murder?
Ah. Marshal think him kill Collins, but him not guilty.
Where's Clem now, Tonto?
Marshal and posse take him to express office.
We're right into town. You can tell me the details on the way. Come on.
Over there, Clem. Sit down. All right, where's the gold?
What gold?
The gold you stole from his office just a little while ago.
I didn't steal any gold.
No, and I don't suppose you killed Collins either.
But I wasn't here.
Don't lie, Clem. I heard you threaten him this morning, and we all saw you run out of this office right after the shooting.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was just delivering this here letter to Rushville for Doc Tate. That right, Kimosabe. Me see Doc give him letter.
Well, now I know you're lying, Clem. This letter's addressed to the Second National Bank. There isn't any Second National Bank in Rushville.
What's the matter here, Marshal? Hash and Fortney told me about Clem killing Collins. I just took his body over to the undertaker. Anything else I can do?
Yeah, I'm glad you got here, Doc. Clem says you gave him this letter to deliver.
Why, Clem, whatever made you want to tell a lie like that?
That no lie. Me tell. Hey, tell him the truth, Doc. You give me $10 to deliver that letter.
No, Clem. Would I pay you $10 to deliver a letter with nothing written on it?
So that's it. You framed me so you could steal the gold yourself. Well, I'll get you.
Let's put a rope around his neck, Marshal.
Yeah, that'll make him tell us where the gold's hid.
Hold it. You're not putting any rope around Clem's neck. Come as soon as I heard you were arrested, Clem. I know you never killed Collins.
That isn't what the evidence says, Cannonball, and I'm taking him to jail.
When everybody's already made up their mind he's guilty, he won't be safe there a minute.
Don't worry, I'm not aiming to keep him there. It's too late to leave now, but you hitch up your stage in the morning and we'll drive him to Rushville. That way, he'll get a fair trial.
All right, Marshal. But if anyone harms Clem, you'll have me to reckon with.
I'm locking my prisoner up, and I don't want any trouble.
Come here, Porky. We gotta finish Clem off before he gets that fair trial the Marshal was talking about.
Why, Doc? He's got no way of proving he's innocent.
Maybe not. But that masked hombre who came to town this morning, I don't like the way he sniffs out the truth. Hash, reckon you could plant blasting powder under the jail without the Marshal catching you?
Sure, Doc, but I'll have to go up to the shack to get it.
How long will it take?
Hour and a half.
All right. Set it to go off 2 hours from now. 5 p.m. sharp. Let's go.
Why you not let me help Clem by telling truth?
Then it would be just your word against Doc's, Tonto. The only way to prove Doc's guilty is to find out where he's hidden that gold.
How we make him talk?
By outsmarting him. We don't have much time. It's a terrible trap Doc's setting for Clem. I wonder what would happen if he got caught in it himself. That's a deadly weapon, Cannonball.
What do you want?
Same thing you do, to help Clem. Cannonball, the men who framed Clem are planning to kill him before we can prove he's innocent.
I figured as much. That's why I'm loading this.
You think that's the best way?
It's the only way. Those hombres don't care nothing about law and order, but they got a lot of respect for lead when it's coming at them.
You won't solve anything by stooping to their methods.
What am I supposed to do then? Wait till they murder Clem, like they did Collins?
I have a plan I think will prevent that. I'm on my way to see Doc Tate now. Do you suppose you could persuade Porky Wade to be at the marshal's office right away?
I reckon so. Why?
Because he and Doc think Hash is going to blow the jail up at 5 o'clock. Now, what they don't know is this. My friend Tonto will be under the jail, not Hash.
What's the trouble, Marshal? The masked man said you wanted to see me right away.
Oh, yes. Sit down, Doc. We just wanted to ask you a few questions.
Get in there.
What's the meaning of this, Marshal? Forcing law-abiding citizens to come here at the point of a gun.
From what the Lone Ranger's been telling me, I'm not sure anymore just who is law-abiding and who isn't.
If you're not, Marshal, you're the only man in town who's confused. Now, what about those questions you wanted to ask me?
Sure, Doc, right away. Just let me fill out this report first. Nothing like taking plenty of time and doing things right, is there?
See here, Marshal. You were in a big enough hurry to get us over here. Let's get to those questions.
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Suppose you do the asking.
There are just two questions. Who murdered Collins and where's the gold hidden?
Seems to me Clem's the one to answer that.
No, Doc. You are.
Me? There's no evidence against me.
Maybe not. But I have reasons to believe you're guilty. I'm going to prove it if we have to stay here and question you all night.
All night?
Why so interested in the clock, Porky? You've been watching it for the last 20 minutes.
No reason.
Doc, what I want to know is this.
You're not moving.
What is this, Injun?
Put up hands.
Sure.
Whatever you say.
Knows the engine. Now you get the same as Clem and the marshal.
You've been asking the same question over and over, and you still haven't got a thing against me. I demand to be released.
What's your hurry, Doc? We've only just begun. Tell me once again, where were you when Collins was shot?
I've already told you. In my office.
Look, Doc, it's nearly 5. We got to get out of here. Fella, I'm not going to stay here and die. If you don't tell him, I will.
Tell us what, Doc?
Blasting powder. Under the jail. It's set to go. It's 5 o'clock.
You must have had a good reason for wanting to blow up the jail and kill Clem.
Don't waste time talking. We got to get out.
My friends and I will. But you and Porky will stay right here, unless you prefer to tell the truth.
I've told you the truth. There's nothing else.
All right, Marshal. Lock them up.
Inside, you two. Come on, let's go.
All right, Clem. Come on out. Well, Marshal, it looks like those two rather stay here and die than tell the truth. We better get out of here before it's too late.
Wait! I'll talk.
Oh, no, you won't. Wait! All of you! This bag carries more than medicine, mister. So I see. Unlock this cell, Marshal. Afraid he's got us. All he's got is a gun, Marshal. You have the key. That's worth a lot more as long as that clock keeps ticking. Are you crazy? Don't you realize we'll all be blown to kingdom come in another minute? That's right, unless you talk first. I'll never talk. You'll die with me. What's that noise? You ought to know, Doc. Didn't you tell someone to plant blasting powder under the jail?
Hush! Don't light the fuse, it's me! Porky!
You can't hear you, Porky. This jail's built solid.
Get us out of here! Get us out!
Not until you tell us the truth. All right. I'll tell. It was Porky killed Collins.
That's a lie! It was Duck! And the gold's hid in his medicine cabinet!
You fool! Now you've given them proof! Look out!
Cannonball's been shot!
A bullet wound in the hand is hardly fatal. Better get that glove off, Marshal.
You got me here, gun. You all right, Kimasabi?
Yes, Tonto. Where's Hash?
Him tied up outside. You have close call. Jail almost blew up on time.
Why, that's a wedding ring. I didn't know you were married, Cannonball. Who's your husband?
Clem is, Marshal. And he's the best husband a woman ever had.
Cannonball, you promised not to tell.
It's better this way, Clem, honey. I'm not ashamed of being married to you.
Why did you keep it a secret, Cannonball?
Clem made me a promise, mister. He said that I'd be hurt bad enough having him work for me. He said if the folks here knew I was married to him, they'd never have nothing to do with me again.
That was foolish of you, Clem. If Cannonball's friends turned against her because of you, why, they wouldn't be worth having.
I reckon you're right, friend. You hurry up and get well, Cannonball, and then we'll face them all together.
I think you'll find out from now on that most of them will be on your side.
Dad Bennett, these new petticoats itch something fierce. Wished I was still wearing my old duds.
Say, I plumb forgot what a pretty female you was when you dressed up proper. Kiss me, woman.
In front of all them horses? What do you think I am, a sissy? If anybody deserves a kiss, it's those two. Tonto and the Lone Ranger.